Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel, All Things Militia, where I discuss a lot about what's going on in the political world, but also topics that pertain to everyday life in general. If you are subscribed to my channel, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget, if you see a video that you like, to give your girls a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below because I want to get your thoughts on what I'm discussing. Share the video. And if you are new to my channel, you can do all those things. And don't forget to subscribe if you're interested. So you guys, I wanted to talk about something. This is at the request of one of my subscribers that wanted to get my take on an NBA player who was waived by his team, meaning that his contract, he was cut before his contract expired. After he made this statement, his name is Jaden Ivey, and he was a star player, and I don't believe he was playing at the time that he was cut. I think he was out on an injury, reportedly, and during his time out, he made this statement.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ, right? They proclaim Pride Month and the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that this man is crazy?
So yeah, you guys. So he made that statement, and he also made a statement that God did not create man to be with man, and God did not create woman to be with woman, because you cannot procreate with the same sex. So he's a born again Christian, and this is his belief as a Christians. This is what we believe according to God's word. Now, my thing is, a lot of people, have a lot of opinions regarding this. And I feel like we're in a different time now, where the world is really trying to censor people from speaking up as far as Christian values and Christian beliefs, because I'm going to get into another video, that further elaborates on that, and then I'll give you more of my take. But it's just interesting how back in the days you had people that could just speak their opinion. They can speak it about politics, they can speak it about lifestyles, whatever, and people weren't so sensitive. But let's look at a little clip of what Dave Chappelle had to say during a stand-up comedy that he did some time ago regarding this issue.
But you see, what I didn't realize at the time, and what Kevin had to learn the hard way, is we were breaking an unwritten and unspoken rule of...
Okay, so let me just say this before I let him finish. He was talking about Kevin Hart, who is another comedian, who had made a joke about that particular community, the LGBTQ community, and received a lot of backlash after that joke that he made in criticism. So let's continue.
Business. And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth.
I'm going to go back a little bit.
Unspoken rule of show business. And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth. The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people. You know who I mean. Those people that took 20% of the alphabet for themselves. I'd say the letters, but I don't want to conjure their anger. It's too late now. I'm talking about them L's and them B's and them G's and the T's.
So for the most part, he's saying in show business, there's an unspoken rule that you are not to say anything about that particular community. And that's what's interesting, you guys. I heard someone say, I heard a quote that if you want to see who controls things, watch who you cannot speak about. Okay, and that's in regards to this particular community, according to the world system, and also that country, Israel. Whenever someone speaks their opinion about those two things, they come under heavy criticism and backlash, to the point where they get blacklisted and even have their livelihoods taken away from them. So it's quite interesting, you guys, especially considering that Israel is supposedly the chosen people of God. So how they want to, put themselves out as being, although they were established in 1948. They have pride parades reportedly in Israel. And so, just to speak against that country or to speak against that particular community draws a lot of backlash on people. But let me just go back to Jaden Ivey for a moment. This is after he had got cut from the team. This is what he had to say.
They said my conduct is detrimental to the team, right? Why didn't they just say,
my name?
We don't agree with his stance on LGBTQ? Why didn't they say that? Well, how is it conduct detrimental to the team? What did I do to the team? What did I do to the players? I did nothing but practice with them, play with them, pass the ball to them, good teammate to them. Said good job, good shot. I said, good job, good pass, way to play, bro. Right? I said these things to my teammates. Was never detrimental to them. So why is it that the NBA and the Chicago Bulls say that I'm detrimental to the team? How? Because I believe in the truth. Because I know Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. How? How is my conduct detrimental to the team? Because of what I believe. Because of what the truth is.
It's all about the money, the dollar bill, y'all. If you are a believer, it's in God's word that you cannot serve God and mammon. Either you're going to love the one and hate the other, or you're going to hate the one and love the other one, but you can't serve them both. And in this world system, the God of this world is money. People worship it. People we get up every day, go to work for it. People kill for it. What's that song? Money. Something. What's that? It's a song, guys, about that. For the love of money, people would steal from their brother. I don't know. I can't think of the song right now, but yeah, it's all about money. And a lot of these particular people, Jewish people and people in that particular community, the LGBTQ community, have a lot of that money. So they control the narrative for the most part. And there's a lot of censorship nowadays in the world. Like I was saying, I've said before, it used to be a point in time comedians can come out. They could talk about gay people, talk about people that are in church, people that are sinners, people on crack, people that's fat, people that's skinny. We all were subject to be talked about. And it wasn't, it wasn't as sensitive as it is nowadays. When you come out and speak about people, just stating your opinion can literally cause you to be put in the poorhouse. But I want to move on to an everyday person and get their thoughts on this situation with Jaden Ivey being cut after making his statements, his opinion regarding that community.
NBA has this trend, man. When these players try to be normal people and have a take about something that's going on in the world, bro, they lose their job every time. That whole shut up and dribble, yeah, that's real. That's
real. But let me just say this before I let them finish. It's interesting that they have this take on this, but they were pushing the BLM thing. They had it on the basketball courts, had players wearing BLM, and that was offensive to a lot of people that weren't in that particular ethnic group that pretty much finance the NBA by their tickets, and so it's interesting how they pick and choose what's okay to be for. Because if you want to say this is sports, shut up and dribble, why are you bringing in your philosophy on other topics and things? And they'll say, because we're advocating for justice. But I mean, what's the difference between you advocating for that and someone advocating for what they believe in? So it's to me it's a little biased. But let him continue.
Hey, bro, I don't pay you for that. I don't pay you to talk on social media. Show up to work, put that ball in the basket, and go home. But it's crazy because at the same time, if Jaden Ivey said that he was all for Pride Month, I guarantee he would have never been fired.
Exactly.
So that's what makes it very interesting.
Exactly.
Because we all know it's this unspoken thing about you. You can't speak on that community and you can't speak on that blue and white country. If you do that, you might as well pack your bags. And the NBA is not beating the allegations with this. Now, what's crazy is when Jaden Ivey said the Chicago Bulls told him he was being detrimental to the team, and he was like, bro, I ain't even been with the team. I've been hurt. And every time these situations happen, I understand LeBron more and more because Buddy never say nothing. I understand why he never gives a straightforward answer when he's doing these like press conferences and stuff. LeBron don't ever speak directly on anything.
Yeah, he
and
does.
As a
He speak on
yapper,
Trump.
I get it. I love to talk. I love to share my opinion, especially if somebody asks me something. It'd be hard for me to contain myself at these press conferences. But at the same time, it come with the profession because it's like, shoot, okay, you can't really say what you want to say if somebody asks you, but at the same time, I just got paid $5 million last week for making a couple shots. I might need to hold my tongue because for me, I feel like I can say enough without saying too much. You know what I mean? Like if somebody was like, "Hey Jay, how you feel about the gay community?" Shout out them folks. I mean, salute to y'all. Now where he went wrong at was talking about Steph. I don't know about that one. You know what I mean? Him going at Steph, that's tough.
Yeah,
NBA
some people
has this
say
trend,
that the reason
man.
why
When
he
these
got
players-
cut wasn't specifically because of him making a comment regarding the LGBTQ community, but he went further into talking about another NBA player, star player, Steph Curry, who's a proclaimed Christian, and pretty much stated that he was a fake Christian. So you know, who knows what it specifically. I just feel like honestly, I don't know. I don't personally think it was specifically because of Steph. I think it was because of his comments regarding the LGBTQ community. Because it's all about the money, you guys. At the end of the day, that's what he was just saying too. You can't really speak your voice because they don't pay you to speak your voice. They pay you to put the ball in the basket and to shut up and dribble, like he was saying. But so if I'm getting paid $5 million, maybe I just might want to just shut up. But let's just see what a rapper by the name of Boosie, and viewer discretion is advised on him, you guys, because he says it. I mean, we all have said some stuff, so let me just get into it.
You've said you feel like you're the only one speaking up for straight people.
I am. I'm like because everybody's been bullied.
Yeah.
The LGBTQ, whatever it is. I don't hate them.
BQ, yeah.
I did a song called My Letter to the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And I'm explaining that I don't hate, but they have bullied every athlete, actor, celebrity in the world. You can't even go on an interview and say, I'm straight, I like pussy. You ain't gonna hear no athlete say nothing because you know what? They're afraid. They've been bullied. And if you say something about them, they're gonna turn it on you and say, oh, you gay. If you say you're not gay, they're gonna say, oh, you gay. Everybody's been bullied. We're scared to even say we like pussy. PRs going to every interview and say, do not ask about anything with that. I done seen it. I done seen it, Vlad. The whole world is afraid. They're afraid to say anything. People don't want to lose their shit. And I respect more, because I wouldn't want to lose my shit neither. But I pay myself.
And that's the main thing. He pays himself. And when you pay yourself, you can't be counseled. They had this thing called counsel culture, that if you came out and spake against that particular group of people, or certain things that don't go along with the narrative, that they counsel you. You lose gigs, you lose endorsements, you lose things simply because of your belief, simply because of your opinion. And it's like if you're not speaking in favor of it, because it's okay for you to speak in favor of it, Okay, they won't counsel you if you're speaking in favor of it and you're going along to get along. But if you have a stance that's contrary to it, then that's when they want to blacklist you. And I find that interesting, you guys. Even nowadays with the political world, it's the same thing. You can be for a certain candidate that this side over here doesn't agree with, and because you do, they call you all sorts of names. You're a cult, you're a bootlicker, you're Uncle Tom or Aunt Tom, all because of your own personal opinion and your own choice. And you know, as Christians, even God does not force himself upon us. He gives us free will. So when I'm always looking at a person that does that forces their beliefs or forces their opinion on you and try to get you to accept this. Okay, it's one thing for you to live your life and have sex with whoever you want to have sex with. If you want to dig in I heard a minister say, if you want to dig in each other, stretch each other out, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? God gonna judge. He's gonna be the judge of us all. Okay? If you want to live your life, live your life. If you rather slide than glide, or slide than ride, then do you. God's going to be the judge of us all at the end of the day, but he does not force himself upon us, and he does not make us conform to him. We have a choice. So whenever there's a group of people, in my opinion, that wants to impose themselves on you, accept this or else, that's when you know what side that's on, and it's not the side of light, in my opinion. But I wanted to go here, you guys. This is the book of Daniel. This is for believers in Christ. And this is the time that we're living in my opinion, where the world has set up this image and they want us to bow down and worship LGBTQ, bow down and worship abortion, bow down and worship money, bow down and worship lies, bow down and worship what we want you to worship or else. And that's what time that we are in, you guys. So let's look at a little bit of this. This is my opinion coming from a Christian perspective. And I know not everyone believes the same. So this is specifically for believers in Christ. This is coming from the book of Daniel's King James Version, chapter 3. I'm going to read a few scriptures and I'm going to elaborate on it in correlation to what's been discussed. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold whose height was 80 cubits and the breadth thereof 6 cubits. He set it up in the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors, and the captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces to come to the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image to the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations, and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, sorcery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up. And whoso falleth not down and worship it shall the same hour be cast into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, sorcery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshiped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. They spake to the king, O king, live forever. Thou made a decree that, what time you hear the music, that people should bow down and worship. And whosoever should not bow down should be cast into the fire. But, verse 12, there are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affairs of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Then the king in his rage was and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king, and he said to them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. Now, if you be ready, that at what time you hear it, and you fall down and worship the image which I have made, well. But if you not worship, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And then they answered, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. That's what time we're in now, you guys, for believers. The world wants us to bow down and worship what they set up before us and just go along with everything. And that's why we gotten to this point that we are in right now, where you can't even speak your mind. They don't want you to go out and witness. They don't want you, it's just crazy. You see the state of the world. And it's like, bow down and worship this or else. But these men had faith in God to know, okay, we're not careful to answer you, O king, in this matter. But our God whom we serve, he'll deliver us. And if he doesn't deliver us, okay, for the most part, we may burn, but we will not bow. That's what the enemy wants from us believers. They want us to be quiet. They want us to bow, and anyone that's quiet is complicit. And you can speak your opinion on any and everything. If you're not, in my opinion, if you're not, promoting violence, I don't see anything wrong with speaking your opinion. And some people will say, well, that's your workplace. There's no place for that there. I understand there's a place and a time for everything. And he was not in an arena, and he was not there. He was in his car. Just like when another player, Kyrie Irving, made a remark or put a post up on his social media specifically to black people saying black people wake up after he read a book pertaining to their true identity. And then the league called for him, because people got it, in high places, called for him to come out and apologize, pay a $500,000 fine just because he made a post about his belief. So it's interesting how people, want to censor people's opinion and censor if it does not go along with the world and what the world is saying. If I come out right now and say, I love women, it wouldn't be nothing with the world. But to come out and say, I love men, okay, and men and women are supposed to be together, then all of a sudden there's something wrong with that. And as Christians, that goes against God. Anything that is not for God is for the other side. Point blank and period. That's my stance on it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and I will see you later.